Bienvenidos, soy la Bruja Espinada, and I am here with a very special autumnal equinox message. So let's get started. Sorry, there's a little bit of cinnamon that got to me from my coffee. Ooh, right off the back. Sorry. We have the Ten of Swords and we have the Knight of Swords. Excuse me. If you today I'm actually recording the fall equinox reading, as well as I just finished recording the new moon in Virgo solar eclipse reading. So if you watch that one and then you watch this one, you'll see more or less why I've giggled. At the bottom of the deck, we have the 10 of coins. We have the 7 of cups, 2 of coins, the Fool, King of coins, Death in reverse. We have the Devil, the 5 of wands in reverse, and we have the Hermit. I will stop here for now, but may pull some, but let's see how the reading goes. Starting off with the 10 of swords. A lot of struggle, a lot of betrayal, a lot of hurt feelings. The last 3 months, if not the last year, the last 3 years, there's been a lot of pain. There's been a lot of struggle. There's been a lot of betrayal is one of the words that wants to come out, but there's been a lot of harm that others have caused you, whether it's been physical, whether it's been emotional, mental, whether it's because of the workspace that you were in. There's just been a lot of turmoil that you've endured, a lot of trauma, a lot of pain. And in this image here, you will see that someone's fingers are cut off. Even when you have done your best to supersede all the obstacles, it seems like there have been individuals that would try bit by bit to see your downfall, whether or not, and the thing is that when it comes to this, it's like it is as though they never want to see you survive. They never want to see you succeed, unfortunately. But this is also paired with the Knight of Swords. You are currently in a phase where you are learning. You are in learning, and because the sword is associated with air and it is associated with communication, right now in this new transition of the season, it is time to learn how to cut away your foes. Not just stating this in you doing this, but you now cutting away someone. You are learning to how do I explain? There's 2 interpretations of this card, especially when it's paired with this card. This has been done to you. That's one interpretation. That there has been someone who you may have deemed a close family member, someone you may have deemed a close friend, someone you have deemed a trusted associate, a loved one, and they have been your downfall without you realizing it. The other interpretation of this is you are learning how to cut away those that are causing you the harm. Not necessarily in the same fashion, but you're disarming them so that they no longer have a hold on you to pull you back down. That's why we have the Knight of Swords here. The Knight of Swords paired with this card is that you are in a new learning phase. You are learning how to fight your battles in a different way. You are learning how to communicate in a way that is going to reinforce your growth. It's going to reinforce your ability to protect yourself. You're better arming yourself to protect, to heal, and to grow. Now, this is followed by the 10 of coins. In this aspect, the 10 of coins is abundance, the most abundant that you can be. You're trying and have been trying to achieve this level of abundance and happiness for quite a while. And you will achieve this. But this is followed by the 7 of Cups. The 7 of Cups is an indicator of, as you see here, there are genie lamps. And in this aspect is choosing the right one. When I say the right one, I'm not saying that there is a wrong one. But the only way to know is to choose. Now, the reason why I state this is because, well, the reason why I laugh is because this isn't the first time we've had this card. In other readings, this has popped out. There are some people that are very indecisive. And I say this because there's a lot of worry of the, what if I choose the wrong one? But you have to flip that what if on its head and look at it from a different perspective, from the perspective of, but what if I choose the right one? You are holding yourself back by not making a choice because of what you think will go wrong. And the mindset needs to be changed into the, okay, what if I choose the good one? What will come along with it? And the reason why that has a lot to do with that flipping of the mindset is because we are now followed by the 2 of Cups. Or sorry, the 2 of Coins. Now, it's very interesting because I feel like every season this card happens to come out, and it's now become one of my favorite cards because it's a reminder. It's a reminder of the, if you've read or listened to or followed along with my other seasonal readings, with every season, with every transition of the season, we tend to have this reminder of, there's an individual here who is holding 2 children. One child has the upper body of a bear cub and the lower body of a human, while the other has the upper body of a human child and the lower body of a bear cub. This person seems to be conflicted in a way. One seems to be weighing more than the other. But in this interpretation, both have benefits. Both have a bit of a interesting dilemma. Now, in this concept, when it comes to choice and choosing, especially if it's a coin card, we're talking about materials, about resources. in some cases, finances and wealth. There are upsides and downsides to every choice that we make, but you have to choose. Flipping that choice on its head is not the what if it goes wrong. You have to focus on the what good will come from this choice I make. Now, this is followed by the Fool card. This image here is depicting the story of the Little Mermaid. The Little Mermaid of dreaming their dreams, right? Dreaming of what could be, dreaming of everything that's ideal that I want. The reason why the Fool card is here now is, again, understanding that there are two different outcomes. There are two different outcomes. And it's really taking that step back to understand that every choice has a positive and it may come with a negative. They both come with the struggle, but you have to weigh it out. Because there's that term, pick your struggle. Which one are you more willing to deal with? Right? And so there's not a struggle. Every good learning experience has a bit of a struggle in it. Nothing's easy peasy. There's no lemon squeezy. Now, the Fool card is, when it comes to these three, they're paired wonderfully, because then it's followed with the King of Coins. This is the ultimate level you want to reach, and because we also have the 10 of Coins, this is the ultimate abundance that you want. The abundance of the right connections, the right collaborations, the right resources, the right financial stability. This is what you're aspiring to. And it'll come to you no matter what choice you make, but you have to make a choice, because just sitting there waiting, you're never going to get here or here just daydreaming about it, still trying to decide. You'll never get anywhere because a choice has to be made. But you have to weigh it out, and you can't wait forever because it'll weigh too much on you. You'll never make a choice, and you'll forever be the fool daydreaming. Now, in the most popular interpreted story of The Little Mermaid, the one with the red hair, I won't say the company name because, well, the little red-headed mermaid gets what they want, and it's not without struggle still, right? Part of that narrative ends in a good way, but in the story that was written by in the original story, the Little Mermaid does not get what they want. They become sea foam and they die from a broken heart. It's a different interpretation. But the concept is foolishly wanting something and dreaming about it. Just constantly waiting and dreaming and not taking into consideration the consequences, the struggles. Now, as adults, we long since have learned that life isn't without struggle. Life isn't without understanding that Some people, you can have your dream prince, you can have your dream job, you can have your dream car, and it's not without its struggle. Cars need insurance, they need maintenance, they need, um, you can't account for someone else who doesn't, is not a good driver. Also, humans have their flaws. The dream person that you may have always wanted, who we think they are, is a narrative in our head and not truly who they are. So sometimes you can get the dream person and realize they weren't as dreamy as we thought. That career, like, sure, is everything that you may have wanted, but then the duties associated with it, the co-workers that you may have, the management that you may work under, may not be the most ideal. So the reason why all of these are placed together is just that indicator of, be mindful, weigh out the good and the bad, so you can make that decision finally. But don't just blindly make that decision. You have to think about it in order to get what you want. We're followed by death in reverse. Death is just the end of a cycle. We're ending the summer season and we're entering the season of fall, the autumnal equinox. There is change and transition happening, and then today happens that I'm doing this reading happens to be the night of the full moon, or I'm sorry, jumping ahead, the night of the new moon, and there are some eclipses that are going to occur. There's a lot of change happening, so this death is a different type of death. It is not just the end of a cycle, but it is the end of a mindset. It is an ego death. We're letting go of dreamy daydreams and really putting the adulting into it, whether you like it or not. You have to be mindful of how you're going to proceed forward. Now, this is also taking into consideration who is in your life, who can be weighing you down, who has hurt you, who do you need to start to cut away so that they can no longer bog you down with toxicity and negativity that isn't yours, that doesn't serve you. That doesn't mean that harmful people may not have provided some help, but if they are still harmful in some way, shape, or form, having that negative isn't going to help you achieve that positive, especially if there's some malicious intent behind it. This is what you're learning to manifest. We're followed by the devil. Now, the devil is also one of my favorite cards, but it's my favorite card because this particular card calls you out on your bad behavior. This is your mirror. This is highlighting your vices. Now, the thing here with the devil card is that you are typically your own devil. You know what it is that you have to do. And many times people have these bad habits they just can't shake. And truly it's because, well, in the end, they know they've got to shake that bad habit. They choose to keep partaking in that bad habit because they just really don't want to stop. You can't have your cake and eat it too. That's the thing. You are your vice in the sense that if you truly want to achieve something, you've got to cut away those vices. You have to. It's not going to benefit you. You know this. I shouldn't have to tell you, especially when, let's say that the devil is tied into this card here. Now, the thing is that sometimes we hold on to toxic people because they're family. We've been friends for so long. It's a sunk cost fallacy. Like, oh, I love them with toxic partners. Do you though? What is it? Like, you really need to look at this mirror and admit what it truly is. Is it because you're demonized, and I'm not saying demon, because of special loving favors it can provide you? What is it that you're truly gaining out of this? It's momentary. It's not even truly fulfilling. There's deeper issues to address and you're not addressing them. If you really want to be happy, you gotta put an end to the devil and let that cycle die. Or you'll never truly be happy. But you weigh it out and see if that works for you. We are followed, or the devil is followed by the Five of Wands, betrayal. The reason why this is here when it comes behind death and the devil is because sometimes our self-sabotage is our betrayal. A lot of the times when things like this happen, we tend to blame others. We blame the person that's causing the harm. And yet, because of our vice, we don't cut away those who cause us that harm, and we are self-sabotaging and not being honest with ourselves about it. We are our own pain because we are not cutting those ties. But this is ending with the Hermit card. You need to reflect. You need to go within yourself to confront your devil, to stop self-sabotaging. Let that cycle die. Introspection. Going within yourself, by yourself, to choose for yourself the betterment of you and what you truly want. Because you can say, well, yeah, I want this. Okay, quit self-sabotaging then. With that being said, Mighty Fates, what lesson do you have to add to this reading? Sorry. Again, if you watch the new moon reading, this card also came out. It is the higher perspective card. So I will read it for you. Here we go. Higher perspective. As people who do their internal and spiritual work, we are less likely to be bogged down by drama or reactiveness that we know doesn't truly matter. But being human means that there are times where we can't help it. Sometimes it is easy to stay in a higher perspective and see all the moving pieces as they truly are. But sometimes life and the people around us are very good at sucking us into a space of limited vision. This card is asking you to see whatever situation you are experiencing resistance with from a higher perspective. Time to go within. Time for that introspection, that deeper channeling of what it is that you truly want and what you've got to overcome. Divine Feminine, what message do you have to end this reading? We have two. Woo. We have the Joan of Arc. Her message is, I have a steel-like faith in myself. The angels armor me with conviction. Perfect for this reading. And we have Queen Esther. My ego is in service of my soul, and I trust my soul's divine timing. Ooh, perfect for when it comes to the devil and death in reverse. Let's start with the Joan of Arc. The Joan of Arc I'm going to only read relevant parts of this. So if you are not familiar with the Joan of Arc, she's a saint. She represents the power that we all possess when we're aligned with our calling. She's a legendary heroine in France for her role in the 100 Years' War. She was born in 1412 in France, and at the age of 13, she had a vision that would change the course of her life. When your soul selects her card, during Joan of Arc's heresy trial, her interrogators asked her if she was in a state of grace. She answered, "If I am not, may God put me there. And if I am, may God may God so keep me." Her unfaltering faith in the truth of her own visions made the impossible possible. As a teenager, she led an army that changed the course of the history for France. And because of the trials, we have sworn testimony detailing the courage of her convictions and her own testimony about her visions of the Archangel Michael, who inspired the course of her actions. Act and God will act, she said. The faith she had in her vision allowed her to take on a task that had never been done before by a young woman. Her very action chanted, "I am not afraid. I was born to do this." She's associated with the fleur-de-lis, known as the flower of light. It represents the Trinity, the profound truth that the Trinity would not exist without Mary and her brave response to the angel Gabriel's call. Joan, like Mary, knows she's directly connected to the divine from within her, and she allows that connection to guide her. Joan of Arc's life is a testament to what is possible for us when we believe steadfastly in our own vision. She asks for us to move beyond our fear, to act on our truth, and to do this with the confidence of knowing that our every step is flanked with angels. The meditation for this card: what is the most powerful vision of my life? And the intention: I have a steel-like faith in myself. The angels armor me with conviction. There's that deep introspection, considering that self-sabotage from those bad habits and the changes you need to make, the choices you need to weigh to achieve what it is that you want. Have faith in yourself. Let us move on to Queen Esther. Briefly on who she is, Esther represents the powerful combination of feminine intuition and divine timing. Esther was a Hebrew orphan born with the name Hadassah. Raised by her cousin Mordecai, she lived with the Jewish community in exile in Persia during the 5th century. Mordecai became aware of the plot against Jewish people created by the king's chief minister Haman. When your soul selects her card, the ego has a timetable that the soul couldn't care less about. When we are feeling stressed or threatened in some way, Fear can be exceptionally loud and can inform the ego to work overtime in trying to get something accomplished or to manipulate something to happen. The natural flow of energy that's always at work behind the scenes, the universe's capacity to assist us, then gets blocked. When we are in service of love, we are following the dictates of our soul. And when the ego is service of the soul, divine timing ensues. Esther mastered this art. Even under extreme duress, she listened wisely to her soul. She became a queen by letting her love for her people inform her feminine intuitive powers. This is her imperative. Trust that everything is aligning in divine timing. Trust your soul voice. The meditation. What do I intuitively know will happen in divine timing for me? The intention. My ego is in service of my soul, and I trust my soul's divine timing. Very powerful. This is a very, very deep perspective type of card. Changing the way you see things by going within, to trust yourself, not to trust your bad habits, to let go of that self-sabotage, and let that bad ego die to make way for the good. I sincerely hope that, like always, this message helps, and I'll see you guys next time.